Well, today is Giving Tuesday. It is a reminder to give back to organizations that work hard to create a better community for all of us.
WCNC Charlotte wants to highlight some of those groups in our area, like the nonprofit Turning Point. Here's anchor Carolyn Brock.
Joining us today, Jesse Lindberg, the executive director of Turning Point. That's a domestic violence shelter in Monroe. And Jesse, the need for this is always great. This time of year, is it even bigger?
It is. And I think, coming off the heels of this pandemic, where isolation, financial stress, economic insecurity, all of those things are typically risk factors for violence and abuse in the home. And they've really been, kind of hallmarks of this pandemic. And so we are seeing all the people that were isolated throughout most of 2020 and earlier this year. And then again, when we had this new strain, people are now seeking help. And so our shelter is full. Our Children's Advocacy Center is now running on a short waiting list. So, we're really seeing the need that we kind of anticipated once our state opened up again.
So Jesse, I know that in March we teamed up with you and we helped to raise $8,000. And it's the kind of money that I know your organization desperately needs. What kind of things were you guys able to do with those donations?
So when people have escaped abuse, they're really often leaving with absolutely nothing. We've had people even show up in their bare feet. And so to be able to provide the most basic of needs for people, that kind of lays the foundation for their healing journey. If you know that you don't have and you can't provide for your children the most basic things like food, clothing, medications, school uniforms, that type of thing, you're not going to be able to move forward in your healing process. And so the money that we received, two of our biggest needs have been transportation. Union County does not really have a public transportation system. And so getting our clients back and forth to work and to childcare and to court if they're filing for a protective order, that's been a big expense for us. And then also just those little things that we kind of take for granted that we don't think about: car insurance, car registrations, birth certificates, medical expenses. Those types of things are, typically what our clients need right off the bat when they come to us. And then we provide that to them. And then we can start on the program with counseling and case management, just to make sure we'll carry them through to the end and set them up for success when they leave our shelter.
And it's not just the one person affected by this. Typically, they're bringing children with them and other people who need help as well.
We have got a lot of children in the shelter right now, babies all the way up to teens, and, trying to make sure that their needs are addressed as well. We have a program that we run called our Hero Program, and that really addresses those issues, the impact of watching domestic violence in the home. It can have long-term ramifications that don't just include mental health issues, but you're talking physical issues, stroke, heart disease, cancer. Those types of things without intervention will be a reality for kids. And then also just being perpetrators of violence or becoming victims of violence as adults. And so that's also at the root of our Hero Program, is making sure that we're taking care of these kids, teaching them coping skills, anger management, self-esteem building. Those are the things that are going to help them get through their trauma and then ultimately be successful.
Thanks so much for giving us an update, and thanks for all you do, Jesse Lindberg with Turning Point.
Thank you so much.